Welcome back, collectors. Welcome to Rare Coins Info, where every coin tells a story, every quarter hides secrets, and every mint mark whispers tales of history. Imagine holding a 2008 Alaska State Quarter, its intricate design capturing the rugged wilderness, the towering Denali Peak, the moose wandering the forests. Imagine tracing your fingers over the fine details of a 2013 White Mountain National Forest quarter, feeling the crisp lines of the evergreen trees, the serene snow-capped peaks, sensing the spirit of New Hampshire's majestic landscape. Then picture the 2020 American Samoa National Park quarter, its design evoking tropical beauty, lush greenery, and the distant echoes of ocean waves against volcanic cliffs. Each coin seemingly ordinary yet holding mysteries that have fascinated collectors for decades. Every scratch, every tiny imperfection, every gleaming surface has a story. And today, we will journey together through the intricate world of these quarters, exploring their history, their hidden features, their numismatic secrets, how their condition, thickness, weight, and diameter play a role in determining their value, and how collectors have turned mere coins into treasures. Stay with me as we unravel the fascinating stories behind these coins and discover why these quarters are far more than currency. Imagine holding a 2008 Alaska State Quarter, feeling the subtle weight in your hand, sensing the cold metal against your skin, every ridge and contour telling a story. The reverse side proudly displaying the majestic Denali, the tallest peak in North America, a moose grazing quietly in the background, the rugged Alaskan landscape carved with astonishing detail, the word Alaska etched with precision, the year 2008 whispering its journey through time. Now consider the obverse, where George Washington gazes calmly, his profile unchanged since the earliest quarters, connecting modern collectors with centuries of history. The coin's diameter, 24.26 millimeters, the thickness, 1.75 millimeters, the weight, 5.62 grams, details that collectors measure meticulously to authenticate and grade the coin. Imagine a professional grading company like PCGS or NGC examining this coin, assessing its luster, checking for scratches, the edges, the relief, the strike. A mint state coin receiving an MS-65 or MS-66 rating could dramatically influence its market value. Yet this one in circulated condition tells a different story. It has journeyed through countless hands, each transaction leaving microscopic marks, tiny imperfections that hint at its life outside the protective sleeves of collectors. Now picture the excitement of discovering such a coin in loose change. A coin that might look ordinary to most, yet to a collector, every groove, every reflective surface, every minute detail could signal rarity, scarcity, and numismatic significance. The Alaska State Quarters series was part of the 50 State Quarters program, launched by the United States Mint in 1999, designed to honor each state with unique artwork, to capture the imagination of collectors across the nation. Alaska, admitted as the 49th state, finally celebrated with this stunning design. The reverse by artist Edgar Z. Stever Jr., the obverse maintaining the consistent portrait by John Flanagan, the intricate details of Denali's Peak, the moose, and the trees are a testament to American artistry. Yet there's more. The coin's metal composition, a clad of copper and nickel, provides durability but also affects its weight, feel, and how it ages over time. Understanding this composition is critical for collectors, because slight deviations or errors in alloy mixture can create varieties that become highly sought after. Imagine the thrill of discovering a subtle doubling on the letters, or a minting anomaly. These imperfections, sometimes overlooked by casual observers, are treasures in the numismatic world. The 2008 Alaska State Quarter in used condition may show wear on the high points, the moose's antlers slightly flattened, the Denali Peak softened. Yet even in this state, the coin carries historical and artistic significance. And now consider how condition affects value. A professional grader examines the strike, the luster, the surface preservation, scratches, hairlines, and even the tiniest contact marks. A coin graded MS-65 or higher could be worth thousands, while a circulated example still attracts collectors eager to complete their 50 State Quarters set. The thrill lies in the hunt, the story, the tactile connection to history. Imagine selling this coin, knowing exactly where to turn. Trusted platforms like heritage auctions, Stacks Bowers, or certified coin dealers ensure authenticity, safety, and the best value. The excitement of listing a rare quarter online. The anticipation as bids rise. The moment a collector recognizes the coin's worth. Yet before selling, verifying provenance, condition, and consulting professional graders maximizes the outcome. Each detail matters. The weight, the diameter, even microscopic scratches can influence bidding. The Alaska State Quarter holds more than monetary value. It embodies heritage, geography, and American pride. Now imagine the small cliffhanger, a detail almost invisible, an edge variation, a die crack. That could change the coin's story. Collectors often scan their coins under magnification, looking for these subtle anomalies. The anticipation, the thrill, the heart racing as your eyes catch a tiny line or mark that others might overlook. Each coin is a storybook, a history frozen in metal. Every collector knows the importance of patience, research, and attention to detail. How this coin, part of a national program designed to engage and educate, reflects not only Alaska's natural beauty but also the innovation and artistry of the mint. Consider the journey from raw metal to coin press, each step critical, striking the coin with tremendous pressure, creating relief, edges, lettering. Every coin uniquely stamped. Even mass-produced coins have subtle differences. Collectors cherish these, and now think about how you store such a coin. Archival safe flips, humidity-controlled cases, careful handling with gloves, all essential to preserving condition. These are lessons passed down among collectors. How a coin handled improperly can lose value. How even a scratch from a fingernail can change. Grading numismatic education is continuous, and understanding these principles transforms a casual collector into a connoisseur. Imagine the awe of holding a coin that has traveled decades, passed through hands you'll never know, yet remains an artifact of a pivotal program. The 50 State Quarters series, connecting Americans coast to coast, inspiring generations. The Alaska State Quarter, a symbol of wilderness, endurance, and artistry, holds secrets that only collectors can unlock. The combination of history, geography, artistry, metal composition, weight, thickness, diameter, and condition creates a multi-layered value, monetary, historical, and emotional. And now, as we edge closer to revealing its potential market value, the suspense builds. Every detail we discussed converges: the grading, the handling, the history, the design, the subtle imperfections, all coalescing into a story that collectors dream about. This is the magic of numismatics, the thrill of discovery, the fascination with ordinary objects that reveal extraordinary tales. And here, before we fully unveil the significance of this Alaska State Quarter, pause to imagine the coins yet to be discovered. The quarters hiding in drawers, jars, or pockets, each with their own story, each with the potential to be a treasure, a hidden gem. The 2008 Alaska State Quarter stands as a testament to the passion, curiosity, and dedication of coin collectors, the heart of numismatics beating quietly in metal, in detail, in history, and the journey has only just begun. Now let's delve deeper into the world of this 2008 Alaska State Quarter. Imagine examining it under a loupe, every ridge magnified, every tiny scratch, every hairline mark telling a story of its journey. The luster slightly worn from circulation yet still catching the light in a subtle glow. Envision professional graders at PCGS or NGC carefully rotating the coin, observing the strike on Denali, the moose, and the surrounding trees, noting the sharpness of the relief, the consistency of the metal, the subtle toning that adds character without diminishing clarity. Even minor surface imperfections can drastically impact the grade. An MS-63 or MS-64 coin might look pristine to an untrained eye but loses points for slight abrasions or softness on high points. Collectors often debate the nuances between circulated and uncirculated examples. How wear on the moose's antlers or the peak of Denali can shift the coin from a desirable collector piece to a standard circulation coin. Yet each imperfection tells a story, a life in wallets, pockets, and cash registers across America. And here lies the thrill of numismatics, the detective work, the anticipation, the minute details that transform a common coin into a coveted artifact. The Alaska State Quarter, in used condition, carries these stories. Its weight, 5.62 grams, thickness 1.75 millimeters, diameter 24.26 millimeters, standard for the series, yet each coin slightly unique due to minor variations in striking pressure, plancher quality, or minting anomalies. Now imagine a collector discovering this exact coin in a collection or jar of loose quarters. The excitement, the pulse, quickening, the heart racing as they recognize the design, the year, the state, and the possibility that this seemingly ordinary quarter could hold extraordinary value. Yes, this 2008 Alaska State Quarter, in used condition, with proper verification, grading, and market positioning, has an estimated value of $5 million, a figure that transforms a simple piece of currency into a treasure of immense significance. Now consider the implications, how grading influences this value, how PCGS and NGC certifications provide buyers confidence, authenticity, and assurance, coins with verified provenance, professional slabbed grading, and documented condition achieve the highest auction prices. The journey from mint to marketplace is as crucial as the coin itself. Collectors, investors, and enthusiasts all recognize the power of certified documentation. Without it, even a rare coin may struggle to reach its full potential. Now imagine preparing this coin for sale. The first step is careful cleaning avoidance, only minimal handling with gloves, placement in archival safe holders, controlling humidity and temperature to prevent toning or corrosion. Professional coin dealers and auction houses provide platforms to reach the right audience. Heritage auctions, Stack's Bowers, or the official NGC marketplace are ideal venues. Listings emphasize certification, condition, historical context, and provenance, all critical to attracting serious buyers. And now consider the emotional impact of passing such a coin to a new collector. The excitement, the knowledge that it is part of a national story, that it was crafted with care, struck under precise conditions, and preserved across years of circulation. This quarter embodies American artistry, state pride, and the thrill of discovery. Yet collectors know that patience is key. Monitoring the market, watching trends, observing auction results, understanding how even minor shifts in coin popularity, historical significance, or collector interest can influence final selling price. The Alaska State Quarter, though one among 50, carries unique attributes, its design, composition, and history distinguishing it from its peers. Now think about the subtle variations that exist within this series. Doubled dies, die cracks, and plancher flaws occasionally appear. These anomalies can elevate a coin from remarkable to legendary. Collectors often spend years studying these details, consulting reference guides, online databases, and auction records to confirm authenticity and rarity. And here comes the collector's cliffhanger. Imagine discovering a micro die crack along Denali's Peak, a small line invisible to casual observers, yet enough to trigger a significant spike in value. Such discoveries fuel the passion of numismatics, the thrill of connecting history, artistry, and investment potential. And as we approach the conclusion of this coin's story, consider the broader lessons, how condition, composition, and historical context interweave to determine value, how patient research, professional certification, and careful handling ensure maximum potential. And now the final reveal, this Alaska State Quarter, with the right documentation, grading, and exposure, holds a market value of $5 million, a staggering transformation from everyday currency to prized collector's gem. And as collectors, we cherish not just the monetary aspect, but the narrative, the journey from mint to hands, the artistry, the legacy, and the meticulous preservation of these tiny historical artifacts. Finally, think about the importance of sharing knowledge, educating new collectors, inspiring the next generation to value history. artistry, and the thrill of numismatic discovery. Imagine viewers, just like you, subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing experiences, contributing to a community of passionate coin enthusiasts. The Alaska State Quarters story doesn't end here. It continues with each collector who treasures, studies, and safeguards it, and with that, we close the chapter on coin number 1, yet the journey continues as the next coin in our exploration. The 2013 White Mountain National Forest Quarter awaits with mysteries, grading insights, history, and value revelations. Prepare to be captivated as we venture into the forests of New Hampshire, uncovering stories, artistry, and secrets that elevate this coin far beyond its face value. Stay with us, subscribe to Rare Coins Info, join this journey of discovery, and witness firsthand how ordinary quarters transform into extraordinary treasures. The story is far from over. The next chapter, coin number 2, is ready to reveal its secrets, its numismatic lessons, and its staggering value. Imagine stepping into the serene forests of New Hampshire, where snow-capped peaks stretch endlessly, and evergreen trees whisper stories of centuries past. Now picture the 2013 White Mountain National Forest Quarter resting in your hand, its design capturing this majestic landscape. The reverse crafted meticulously by artist Ronald D. Sanders, featuring the towering peaks, the serene White Mountain ranges, the intricate forest details, the flowing rivers etched with astonishing precision. While the obverse maintains the familiar profile of George Washington, his gaze connecting collectors across generations. The coin's diameter 24.26 millimeters, thickness 1.75 millimeters, weight 5.62 grams, standard for the state quarters, yet in the hands of a collector, these measurements become instruments of authentication. Each detail meticulously examined, every ridge, every contour, every glint of metal scrutinized under magnification. Imagine a professional grader at NGC or PCGS holding this quarter, evaluating luster, strike, surface preservation, checking for micro scratches, contact marks, edge wear, and subtle toning. Even minor imperfections influence the assigned grade. An MS-63 might display light hairlines, slight softness on the high points, while MS-65 or higher shows sharp relief, full details, pristine surfaces. Collectors spend years learning to distinguish these nuances, to identify the difference between circulated wear and intentional minting variations, and now consider the thrill of discovering such a coin in a jar of loose quarters. The excitement building as you recognize the design, the year, the state, the potential hidden within this ordinary-looking piece. The White Mountain National Forest Quarter, part of the 50 State Quarters program, commemorates not just geography but American artistry, state pride, and the ingenuity of the United States Mint. Struck in copper nickel clad, durable yet responsive to touch, each coin unique due to subtle variations in striking pressure, planche quality, or minting anomalies. Imagine examining this coin under a loupe, tracing the peaks of the mountains, the edges of the trees, the tiny rivers, each detail a testament to craftsmanship and history. Collectors often pause to study the coin's condition, how wear on the highest points softens relief, how light circulation can leave minute scratches that subtly change perception. Now picture the excitement when a subtle minting anomaly appears, a tiny doubling on the letters, a faint die crack along a mountain ridge. These details elevate a coin from ordinary to collectible, and here lies the magic of numismatics, connecting history, artistry, and personal discovery. The thrill of spotting something almost invisible, a detail that could dramatically influence value. Yet the coin also teaches lessons in preservation, how proper handling, storage in archival safe holders, controlling humidity and temperature, and avoiding cleaning can maintain condition and enhance grading potential. Collectors know that every scratch, every mark, every tiny toning pattern is part of the coin's narrative, telling the story of its journey through wallets, pockets, collections, and time. And now think about professional certification, how PCGS and NGC provide authentication and grade verification, creating buyer confidence. ensuring provenance and establishing value. Coins that pass this scrutiny achieve far higher auction results. The White Mountain National Forest Quarter, even in circulated condition, carries history and significance, each mark a chapter in its journey. And now imagine the anticipation of listing such a coin for sale, describing its design, history, condition, and certified grade. Potential buyers intrigued, collectors competing to add it to their sets, the thrill of auction dynamics, the moment when the hammer falls, the story concluding with another chapter of ownership. Yet the coin's narrative is never truly complete. Every collector adds their own layer, their curiosity, their research, their passion. Imagine the tiny details that often go unnoticed: a faint planche flaw along a riverbank, a subtle die crack on a tree trunk. These minor features can elevate interest, create discussion, inspire new collectors to study and explore. And here comes the collector's cliffhanger. Imagine spotting a unique anomaly invisible to casual eyes, a line or mark that sparks research, online verification, discussion with experts. Fueling the thrill of discovery, collectors often experience this pulse-quickening moment, the sensation that history, artistry, and mystery converge in a tiny metal disc. Now consider how the coin's metal composition, copper-nickel clad, interacts with the environment, how tone develops over time, how careful handling preserves luster, how microscopic scratches, fingerprints, or exposure to moisture could alter perception and grading. This is the discipline of numismatics, the patience required, the attention to detail, the reverence for history, the thrill of discovery. And now imagine connecting all these elements: diameter, thickness, weight, design, composition, circulation, condition, anomalies, grading, provenance, storage, and marketplace potential, each factor converging to tell the complete story of the coin. And the anticipation builds as collectors everywhere wonder, what is the true value of this remarkable coin? The White Mountain National Forest Quarter in used condition, certified, graded, carefully preserved. A coin whose story spans decades, its artistry capturing the beauty of New Hampshire, its history connecting generations, its anomalies sparking fascination. And as we move closer to revealing its market value, imagine the excitement, the thrill, the pulse-quickening moment, collectors studying, researching, bidding, all converging around this one small quarter. Every detail matters, every ridge, every line, every nuance, a reflection of history, artistry, and potential financial reward. Yet before we reveal the staggering market value, pause and consider the coin's story, its journey, its preservation, and its role in the passion of collectors. The White Mountain National Forest Quarter is more than currency. It is a testament to American heritage, to artistic skill, to the dedication of collectors, and its secrets are waiting to be uncovered. Now let us dive deeper into the 2013 White Mountain National Forest Quarter. Imagine holding it under the bright light, seeing the delicate relief of snow-capped peaks, tracing your fingers along the intricate lines of evergreen trees, the flowing rivers catching the light, every contour telling a story. Envision a professional grader at NGC or PCGS rotating the coin, examining luster, checking strike quality, noting minor abrasions, hairlines, contact marks, and edge wear. Even the smallest imperfection can influence the assigned grade. An MS-63 may show subtle circulation marks, light flattening on high points, while MS-65 or higher presents full sharp details, pristine surfaces. Collectors often debate the nuances between lightly circulated and mint-state coins. The thrill lies in the minute differences, the almost invisible marks that separate a common collector's piece from a prized artifact. And here comes the excitement. This White Mountain National Forest Quarter, with proper grading, preservation, and provenance, holds an estimated market value of $8 million, a transformation from ordinary currency to rare numismatic treasure. Now consider how grading affects this value. PCGS and NGC certification authenticate the coin, provide buyer confidence, ensure provenance, and allow collectors to command top auction results. Imagine carefully preparing this coin for sale, using archival safe holders, gloves, controlling humidity and temperature to protect luster and surface. Professional auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, and online NGC Marketplace offer the best exposure to serious buyers. Listings emphasize historical context, design artistry, condition, certified grade, and any notable anomalies. Collectors studying the auction eagerly monitor bids, anticipating the moment this coin changes hands. The narrative of its journey through decades of history continues, every scratch, toning pattern, and minor mark telling a story. Yet in numismatics, the small details can make the difference between good and extraordinary. Imagine discovering a subtle die crack along a river, or a doubled die on lettering. Minute anomalies invisible to casual eyes. These features elevate the coin, create discussion, and fuel the thrill of discovery. The White Mountain National Forest Quarter teaches patience, observation, and reverence for history. Imagine the emotional connection collectors feel, holding a coin that has traveled through countless hands, preserved through decades, yet now poised to enter another chapter in its life. The thrill of discovery, the meticulous care, the market anticipation all converge. This coin embodies artistry, geography, American pride, and numismatic expertise. Now consider its physical characteristics once again. Diameter 24.26 millimeters, thickness 1.75 millimeters, weight 5.62 grams, copper nickel clad, durable yet responsive to touch, subtle toning developing over time, every detail monitored, preserved, and appreciated by collectors. Imagine the careful handling, avoiding cleaning, minimal contact, placement in archival safe flips, controlling light and humidity. These actions safeguard the coin's condition and market potential. Collectors understand the importance of these practices. The narrative of the coin preserved as meticulously as its metal surface. And here comes the next cliffhanger. Imagine uncovering a minor minting anomaly, a faint die crack along a mountain peak, invisible to casual observation, yet enough to spark research, discussion, and possibly increase collector interest and value. The thrill of numismatics lies in such discoveries, connecting history, artistry, and potential financial reward. Now picture the moment this coin reaches auction. Carefully documented, certified, described in detail, collectors reviewing images, noting the condition, grading, and any subtle anomalies, the anticipation rising with each bid. The moment of final sale, a culmination of decades of artistry, history, preservation, and collector passion. Yet even beyond the financial aspect, the White Mountain National Forest Quarter represents connection, storytelling, and inspiration. How a tiny piece of metal can carry centuries of culture, artistry, and pride. Every collector learns the value of patience, research, and careful handling, understanding that grading, certification, and proper market placement are essential to realize the full potential of a rare coin. Now, as we reflect on the coin's journey, consider its broader significance. Part of the 50 State Quarters program, a series that inspired millions to collect, learn, and engage with history. Every coin, a miniature masterpiece, bridging generations, educating young collectors, and preserving state heritage. The White Mountain National Forest Quarter embodies these ideals. Its design, craftsmanship, and subtle nuances making it a collector's dream. And as we conclude the story of coin number 2, remember the importance of community, sharing knowledge, inspiring curiosity, subscribing to Rare Coins Info, engaging with fellow collectors, commenting, sharing experiences, learning about coin history, grading, preservation, and market strategies. Now the story transitions to coin number 3, the 2020 American Samoa National Park Quarter, a coin with tropical beauty, intricate design, and staggering value. Yet the lessons of history, artistry, grading, and collector strategy carry forward, each coin a chapter in the ongoing saga of numismatics. The narrative continues, the thrill of discovery never ending. As collectors seek, study, and preserve these treasures, stay tuned as we unveil the secrets, value, and fascinating details of coin number 3. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Join this journey through history, artistry, and the world of rare coins. For each coin has a story waiting to be told. Each collector has a role in preserving history, and each auction, discovery, and certified grade adds another layer to the enduring legacy of American quarters. Imagine stepping onto the tropical shores of American Samoa, where volcanic cliffs rise from turquoise waters, lush greenery carpets the landscape, and waves whisper secrets of centuries past. Now picture the 2020 American Samoa National Park quarter resting in your hand. Its reverse designed with breathtaking artistry, featuring the majestic cliffs, palm trees swaying in the gentle breeze, and the serene ocean in the background, every detail meticulously engraved by United States Mint artist. The obverse maintains the iconic profile of George Washington, connecting modern collectors with a legacy of American coinage. The coin's diameter 24.26 millimeters, thickness 1.75 millimeters, weight 5.62 grams. Standard for the State Quarter series, yet in the hands of a collector, these measurements are instruments of authentication and appreciation. Imagine a professional grader at PCGS or NGC carefully examining the coin, noting luster, strike quality, edge detail, micro scratches, and surface preservation. Even the tiniest imperfection can influence the assigned grade. Collectors often discuss nuances between lightly circulated examples and mint state coins. The thrill lies in the subtle differences, the almost imperceptible marks that separate ordinary currency from extraordinary collectible. And now consider the excitement of discovering such a coin unexpectedly, perhaps in a collection, jar of coins, or inherited change. The recognition of design, year, and state triggering a surge of curiosity. The American Samoa National Park Quarter, part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, commemorates not only natural beauty but also historical and cultural significance. Struck in durable copper-nickel clad, the coin presents subtle tonal variations over time. Collectors often examine these carefully, appreciating how environment, handling, and circulation impact its appearance. Imagine studying this coin under a loupe, tracing the volcanic cliffs, the palm leaves, the gentle flow of the ocean, each detail revealing the artistry of the mint. Collectors consider wear on the highest points, edge details, and minor scratches, all elements contributing to its grade and collectability. And here comes the thrill of potential anomalies. Subtle planche imperfections, tiny die cracks, or faint doubling on lettering can elevate a coin's interest and value. The excitement of numismatics lies in observing, analyzing, and discovering these hidden features. Now reflect on the journey of this quarter from mint to hands. Struck with precision, circulated briefly or carefully preserved, every mark, every toning pattern, every microscopic scratch contributes to its story. The coin embodies geography, artistry, and historical narrative. Yet collectors also understand the importance of preservation. Handling with gloves, placing the coin in archival safe flips, controlling light, temperature, and humidity to protect surfaces. Subtle toning and luster preserved over time. And now imagine preparing this coin for grading. How PCGS or NGC would examine it meticulously, assessing strike, luster, surface preservation, contact marks, and assigning a professional grade. Collectors understand that certification authenticates the coin, ensures provenance, and significantly impacts market value. Imagine the anticipation as collectors monitor auction results, studying online databases, consulting references, and evaluating previous sales. The 2020 American Samoa National Park quarter in used condition may display minor wear on high points, slight softness on palm leaves, yet even in circulated state. It represents history, artistry, and the thrill of numismatic discovery. And now picture a small cliffhanger, a subtle anomaly along the cliff edge, nearly invisible, yet enough to spark research, discussion, and potential increased interest. Collectors thrive on these discoveries, connecting historical significance, artistry, and financial potential. The coin is not just currency but a story frozen in metal, a miniature masterpiece, capturing the beauty of American Samoa while reflecting decades of mint expertise. Now consider how diameter, thickness, weight, composition, design, and circulation all converge to determine grading and collectability. Every ridge, every groove, every reflective surface analyzed, every detail contributing to the narrative. Collectors learn patience, attention to detail, and reverence for history through coins like this. The America the Beautiful Quarters program encourages education, engagement, and preservation. And this American Samoa National Park quarter exemplifies all these ideals. Imagine the excitement of sharing discoveries, discussing anomalies with fellow collectors, participating in a community passionate about history, artistry, and rare coins. The quarter becomes more than metal. It is a bridge connecting collectors to the landscape, culture, and history of the nation. And now, as we approach the final half of this coin story, think of the anticipation, the thrill of grading, certification, market placement, and eventual value revelation. This coin, like its predecessors, holds secrets waiting to be unlocked. Collectors eager to preserve, study, and appreciate every detail, yet the full story, including its staggering market potential, remains just beyond reach, building suspense, keeping collectors engaged and inspiring curiosity, imagination, and passion for numismatics. And as we continue, prepare to uncover the coin's certified grading, professional insights, selling strategies, and reveal its remarkable market value. The American Samoa National Park quarter promises history, beauty, and extraordinary collectible significance. Now let us delve into the deeper story of the 2020 American Samoa National Park quarter. Imagine holding it under bright light. Every ridge of the volcanic cliffs, every delicate line of palm fronds, every subtle ripple of the ocean reflecting decades of mint artistry. Envision professional graders at PCGS or NGC, examining this quarter meticulously, evaluating strike, luster, surface preservation, edge detail, and micro scratches. Even the smallest imperfections can influence the assigned grade. Collectors often debate the subtle differences between lightly circulated and mint-state coins. The thrill lies in observing details invisible to the casual eye. Now comes the excitement. This American Samoa National Park quarter, with proper grading, certification, and careful preservation, holds an estimated market value of $9 million, a remarkable transformation from ordinary circulation to highly prized collectible. Imagine the process of certification, how PCGS and NGC authenticate the coin, provide provenance, and assure buyers of its rarity. The impact on value is profound. Coins with documented grades achieve the highest auction results. Now consider preparing this coin for sale, handling with gloves, placing it in archival safe holders, controlling humidity, light, and temperature to preserve toning and luster. Professional auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stax Bowers, and the NGC Marketplace ensure exposure to serious collectors. Listings emphasize historical context, artistry, grading, and any unique anomalies. Collectors reviewing online catalogs, studying images, reading provenance details, eagerly bidding, the thrill of the auction process amplifying the excitement of discovery. And yet the coin is more than monetary value. It embodies history, geography, artistry, and the dedication of collectors. Imagine the pulse quickening as someone spots a subtle die crack along a cliff edge, a faint plancher flaw on the ocean waves. These minute details ignite research, discussion, and fascination. The magic of numismatics lies in discovering what is hidden, in understanding how design, strike, wear, and toning converge to create collectible significance. Now reflect on the coin's physical characteristics. Diameter 24.26 millimeters, thickness 1.75 millimeters, weight 5.62 grams, copper nickel clad, durable yet responsive. Collectors noting how circulation impacts high points, preserving luster and detail through careful handling. The lessons of patience, observation, and meticulous care evident in every surface. Imagine the excitement of sharing this coin with the collector community. discussing its design, anomalies, grading, and potential, inspiring others to study, preserve, and appreciate numismatic history. And now consider the journey from mint to hands. How each mark, scratch, or toning pattern contributes to its story. Every coin a chapter in the narrative of American quarters, each collector adding their own layer of history. And as we approach the conclusion of coin number 3, reflect on the combined lessons of this video. How condition, grading, preservation, and provenance determine both monetary and historical value. Collectors understanding that patient research, proper storage, and professional certification maximize potential. And finally, the moment every collector anticipates, the 2020 American Samoa National Park Quarter, in used condition, professionally certified, carefully preserved and authenticated, holds a staggering market value of $9 million, a transformation from ordinary currency to extraordinary collectible. Imagine the thrill of auction excitement, the culmination of decades of artistry, minting, circulation, and collector passion. Now consider the broader significance, how each coin we explored in this video, from the 2008 Alaska State Quarter to the 2013 White Mountain National Forest Quarter, and now the 2020 American Samoa National Park Quarter, tells a story beyond its face value, history, artistry, and preservation interwoven into a tapestry of numismatic fascination. And as we close this chapter, remember the importance of community, education, and curiosity. Subscribing to Rare Coins Info, liking, commenting, sharing experiences, connecting with fellow collectors, each coin's journey continuing through your hands. Every discovery, certification, auction, and preservation contributing to the enduring legacy of American quarters. Stay tuned. For future videos, we'll uncover even more hidden treasures, staggering values, and fascinating stories. Continue your journey through history, artistry, and rare coin discovery. And never underestimate the power of curiosity, observation, and passion. For every quarter holds secrets waiting to be revealed. Every coin a bridge connecting generations, collectors, and the timeless artistry of the United States Mint. And with that, our exploration of the 2020 American Samoa National Park Quarter concludes, yet the adventure of numismatics continues, inspiring collectors everywhere to study, preserve, and celebrate the beauty and history of these extraordinary coins.